He'll shrug and he'll say, I thought hardheads followed orders. More fool me.
They follow the law, which... It depends on the hardhead.
Wait till you see my letter. I am the law.
So what's going on this afternoon with Riot?
Believe it or not, before all this happened, Riot was going to go over to Mahogany shop.
Okay.
That was my planned afternoon action.
So as you come back over, Nath, the alarms start going off. Somebody's approaching the shop.
Someone's at the door.
And then the doorbell goes off, and I go, yeah, I got it. Then I'll open it up. I'll say, right, come in.
Okay. That says,
when you open the door, it's just a foggy black cloud.
what the hell?
We've been having a time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So you get to see you out of the hands of the hardheads.
I was their boss for a minute there.
Right, just lets that one pass. Like she starts to say something and is like, "No, I know my too well. I don't want to know anything about this."
No, Nath, tell her.
Nath just shrugs. I mean, you were their boss, and within, 10 minutes, they were ready to stab both of us?
I said a minute. I was apparently not being generous enough.
I don't know how long it took you
Riot
to
nods and says to Nath, "This sounds exactly like how every encounter between Mahogany and anyone vaguely lawful has gone."
No, Riot, that's going to be your favorite part. In order to stab me, they had to not follow their orders.
That is.
I was the one being lawful.
Anyway, I'm glad that your association with the Harmonium's over now. Hey.
I'm not believing that until I see another note. I got this fine letter that says that I'm the head of the Harmonium.
Wait, what fine letter do you have?
They sent one to Reese.
They didn't give you any letter. They didn't give you any.
No, I know, but he left to go right up the note to Reese, and as far as I'm aware, that happened.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say to Nath, I don't think the Factal's going to cancel his word over a couple of hardheads locked in a shop for 10 minutes.
I don't pretend to understand how the politics of Sigil work, so...
Considering I ate a few of them.
Either of you know a Githzerai name with K, starting with K? Been racking my brain.
I know many Githzerai whose names start with K.
I know Carl down at the bar down the street.
Carl?
Nice guy.
That might be the least Githzerai name.
That's the amount that Mahogany got from his name.
Right.
Well, if you've seen Liberation around?
He's probably back at the barracks.
Why would he have to be at the barracks?
Because he's my number 2. Well, number 3 now. Nath's probably my number 2.
Immediately cast sending to Liberation.
Liberation.
Hey.
You can't. Wait. You're in Mordekaisen's private safe, Gnome.
That's true.
You're right. Wait, does that block my spells?
I don't see why not.
Let me double check. Well, I'm not a cipher anymore, so I can just step outside if I need to.
That's true.
Actually, as far as I'm reading, it doesn't block sending at all.
Yeah, they can't divine or scry inside of here or divine us, and they can't teleport in here or planar. Or they could planar travel since I didn't use that, but yeah, anything else.
Okay.
So, what is the exact wording of the sending?
I'll give it to you.
Sending is an evocation spell anyway.
Yeah. Mahogany pissed off his unit, not sure how they'll react. Would advise leaving the barracks immediately. Be careful. We're in the shop. It's warded. Nath.
So, Liberation, you receive this missive just before they start serving the midday meal for the day shift in the barracks. And what do you do with that information?
He has 25 words to respond with.
Yeah. So Mahogany did what Mahogany do. Got it.
$17 left.
That's all that I respond with.
Liberation, make a wisdom check.
That is a 12.
A 12?
Yep.
What's your next move? The answer to this question will determine whether or not your afternoon action is taken into custody by Harmonium.
My next action is going to be... yeah, once I get that, I'm going to... I'll excuse myself. I need to find Mahogany to ask him a question about what he wants to do with some such or something or other.
Do you say that?
They make some kind of crack about you being derelict in your duty and not being able to handle delegation properly, etc., etc.
Yeah, well, I'm not rigidly military like you. Sorry.
And you get the hell out of Dodge?
I get the hell out of Dodge.
And do what?
Yeah, the part of the message was that you were in Mahogany's shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'll be heading.
Okay. So you guys at the shop have about 30 or 40 minutes or so before Liberation shows up.
I don't know. He's real fast.
I'm not going to be booking. I mean, come on now. I'm not going to take a level of exhaustion just to get over there.
Hey, Mahogany.
Yeah.
What's valuable in here?
Mahogany will look around. Probably some of the crap in the back.
Well, whatever it is, you might want to start picking it up and packing it up.
Mahogany will shrug and go,
I don't feel like you're going to own the shop for too much longer.
I don't see why not. My taxes are all paid.
What I'm saying is, armed men are going to come at some point today, probably in the next hour or two, and take the shop away from you.
They can have it. I haven't spent much time here anyway.
Right, exactly. So anything that you want to keep, now is the time to pack up and leave.
And Mahogany will say, anything I really care about, I carry with me. You go look in the back, see if there's anything you want.
All right, right, that's so.
And you see...
GM loot sheet.
Well, he goes down on this list. I'm going to take 2 minutes and go hit the head real quick. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
So today got interesting.
Oh my god, the funniest part of this is that there's two obviously Osprey items in the back. One of which is locked and has never been opened.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Where did you... Is there a list somewhere that you pasted?
Yeah, it's on my character sheet under shop.
Okay. Do you have a
I'll just
link
paste
to
it
that?
into Discord, and I'll
Yeah.
paste it into the Twitch.
Oh, why paste it to the Twitch? I mean, you're gonna...
Okay, here we go.
And I think I got a couple magic things, too.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that extremely heavy lock strongbox in Blazing Tridents.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you take from the back of Mahogany's shop?
Riot is taking the golden bracelet with Osprey and Zerbo inlaid, taking a small box gilded with Barracuda, and she is going to cast Knock on this extremely heavy lock strongbox in Blazing with Tridents. This is all Ostrom stuff that we carried into Mahogany's shop at some point, and then never did anything with it.
I'll be honest, I don't have any idea what's in that box.
Oh my god.
Come up with... Here, I've got something. I've got an idea.
Just
Since there's no way that you have this, Brick Road,
kelp and sand is what's in that
let's
box.
go by the same rules that we usually do for buying stuff in the marketplace. You have one Osprey-related item.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll wander into the back of the shop with Riot, and I'll look at that mirror. Mahogany, would you mind if I take this?
No, he shrugs. I'm not using it.
It actually could be very useful. Though I suppose I'd need a place to put it. It's not exactly portable.
Put it in the back of my shop. That's what I do.
Riot, would you mind if I hung this in your temple in one of the spare rooms?
Why? What? Why? What?
Because I can scry through it.
No, you can't. Riot very much minds.
Alright then. Do you have anything to wrap it with? I'll take it with me.
Liberation.
Hey.
Make a perception check.
I gotta remember what my perception is. I think it's... Yeah, no, you know what? My passive is 13, so it's +3. 8.
8. As you guys are rooting around the back of the shop, Liberation shows up there.
Did he get past the alarm?
Well, the alarm, that's how you know he's there. The alarm goes off.
Okay.
Oh,
door.
Ding dong.
I like to think
If
the
you're a
alarm is
hard head, go
personalized.
away.
Yeah, it's a mental alarm.
Do we need to get out of here?
Pull the door open. Inky black nonsense.
Liberation, that better be you.
Let out a long, world-weary sigh that you know to be liberations.
Kelian?
Guess again. Where the hell is that guy, anyway?
I think he went to go find some place to store that fungus he bought.
I'll say, come back here. There's an anarchist stealing my things.
So are you guys vacating the shop in the near future, or are you going to stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we out.
Okay, and going where?
I'll take that deck of playing cards. Why not?
I want to go to the gymnasium to talk to Reese.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Go to the
Yeah, I'll
gymnasium?
go with you. I'll go with you too. Yeah.
I'd like to get the story of exactly what happened throughout this morning from Nath, not Mahogany.
Mahogany helpfully keeps adding points, even though you specifically asked him not to.
Mahogany and some harmonium arrived in the bazaar. I indicated to him to speak to me in private in the shop. He brought the harmonium guard inside with them. He then mentioned Talus Dwath, at which point they all basically showed that they couldn't really be trusted to do anything right, and drew weapons on us before I was able to poke around in their heads and see if they would actually betray us if we tried to interact with them at all.
Yeah, so Mahogany, don't do that.
So I plastered off the shop, tried to put them to sleep, but when that failed, I just dimension doored both of us out of there.
So they are going back right now to the Harmonium to tell them that at least
That's
two
why
of them know where
I immediately did a sending to...
Do either of you know where Dolph is right now?
Oh, I have no idea.
I could speak to him or some of his agents, but they're in a place...
I don't want to know. I'm asking, do you know?
No. So no one can poke around in my head to get it, which is why I'm not going to find out.
All right, good.
Probably for the best anyway.
Going into the gymnasium, it seems a lot more organized than last time you were here. And, I mean, for ciphers, that doesn't necessarily mean a lot. But you see a lot more ciphers are here with arms. And you see that they've kind of structured themselves into little makeshift groups with like one or two leaders and some underlings. It looks like they were preparing or waiting for something.
Yeah, and I'll ask one of the ones who's looks like they're leading things. What's going on? Also, is Reese around?
They say Reese got some sort of official letter stamped with Saren's sigil, and that nobody else knows what's going on.
All right, then she'll want to meet with me.
So what do you do? Do you just kind of storm?
I go. Well, it's not so much of a storming. It's more of a just going to talk to Reese.
Okay, and where is she?
Mahogany shrugs. I have no idea.
I have the
Where did
gymnasium map here.
Where the planes tell you she is?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Where is she, Brick Red?
As soon as I find the gymnasium map and can load it up, we'll cross that bridge.
There's no bridges in the gymnasium.
How do you know?
I've been there.
Well, last time you were here, there were no bridges, but now there's nothing but bridges.
They're very organized bridges.
It's
Though.
what was needed at the time.
There we go.
They need all the bridges right now.
It's going over all the pools.
Oh shit.
Nath and Riot and Liberation. You are, of course, asked to disarm, stepping into the gymnasium. Do you comply with that?
Yeah.
I'll put my dagger. I'll take my bandolier daggers off, and
That's
Weapons.
they make me take.
I'll ask him to be careful with the trident. It's very important to me.
Weapons, obvious spell focus. For Riot, they wouldn't know your guitar is a spell focus if you had it.
Right.
Especially since you look like a cleric, not a bard.
Yeah, they can have my like pennant of Osprey or whatever.
Okay.
I'll hand over my spell crystal, but I'll ask if I can keep the pouch since it has all my valuable components on it.
No, they won't let you take your components pouch inside.
I say,
Counts as
don't
a
worry, they're
weapon.
not going to steal it from you.
All right.
They might.
Kick
So
your
where
ass.
do you go? Mahogany.
I'm going to go up and talk to the receptionist. And ask him where Reese is at the moment.
Receptionist?
Yeah, there's a Ronath.
Obviously,
reception-
there's someone who at the time realized that there was a receptionist needed because someone's walking the gate. So
So you seek out Ronath.
Yeah.
Ronath, in his very kind of detached, uninterested way, asks what exactly your role is with what went down in the bazaar yesterday.
And I'll say I was trying to keep order restored there, but from the in-depths. Didn't work out, of course.
He says that right now, Reese is in meditation, and asks if you want him to go interrupt her.
Mahogany says, no, she'll come out when she needs to.
Okay.
Liberation lets out a very long sigh at that.
And how long do you guys wait in the gymnasium for Reese to come down and speak with Mahogany?
I mean, Mahogany just waits. You guys can leave whenever you want.
Right, we'll wait for an hour, which is I have things to do.
Okay.
are they still doing like practice sparring with staves in the field?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All the typical gymnasium stuff is still going on. You just see more, a larger concentration of ciphers in the gym than would usually be here. It does seem as though every cipher in Sigil has reported.
Nath will ask if I may and motion towards the staff and join them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll pick up my staff and go over there as well.
Right, where are you going after the hour?
Trying to think of what all the things Riot has to do at the moment. I really want to follow up on this thing, but like no one will tell me who it is. It sucks. I really want to pursue this thing, but I can't remember who it was.
Go look for your other notes.
I did. I looked all through my notes, and I can't find any Githzerai names starting with a K. Please don't let this plot thread be spoiled by my poor memory.
Oh, it won't. Don't worry. It's only better.
Okay.
It only gets better.
It's so much better now.
So where's Riot going after the hour? Just kind of wandering the streets, trying to like hitting her forehead, trying to. Where can I get some more of those chocolates?
K.
You should cast Detect Thoughts on yourself.
God, I wonder if that would work to like retrieve
No,
like
hey,
repressed memories.
That's what
you know
Mahogany would do.
You know what?
Well,
F this. I'm
we did.
casting divination.
We did do that. We Riot did poke around in Elsie Clone's head trying to dig up old memories.
Yeah, no, I'm casting divination.
Okay. This is one of the trident things, right?
It's a trident spell.
Okay.
Who wants to get with this?
I'm bothering Osprey because my party members won't tell me who this is.
So what single question
There's
do
a
you
lot of
ask?
Githzerai. Boy, don't you wish you had someone to scribe for you now?
Who should I pursue to thank for this gift?
You get a rhyming couplet in return.
That's the goal or event that I'm hoping to occur within
I
7
mean,
days.
it says specifically I'm allowed to answer with a cryptic rhyme.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it has to be true. It has to be a true cryptic rhyme.
So what is
just
your
Osprey
what is
calling
your
you a whore.
sacrificial offering when you cast this spell?
The box.
To cast a sacrificial offering worth at least 25 GP.
Oh wow, I've never needed that when I cast a spell before. Do I have anything worth?
I mean, you just
You have a small box
Get the
with
box.
inlaid with.
and a bracelet and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And the response is a man you will never find, but will never escape.
That's good. I like that.
Let's be fair. You've spent many in-game months basically fucking with Osprey, and now she's fucking you back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you mentioned like why you're asking for a Githzerai name with a name starting with K, or you just was that?
Yeah, I mean, I brought the box
Oh.
along and I showed you guys.
Well, if you could allow me a moment to hang up the mirror, I could scry you using the box.
Man, if only you had somewhere to hang it.
But I can't do that. Oh, is it a ritual?
Scrying, I don't think is a ritual.
I don't think it's a ritual. Yeah, tomorrow if you want, and you can give me someplace quiet that I could hang the mirror and concentrate, I could scry for the owner of the box. We could all see it through the mirror.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. How long are Nath and Liberation hanging out at the gymnasium today?
Nath will spar for 2 hours and then take a short rest.
Okay.
And after that, he'll follow Mahogany's lead.
And Liberation?
I'm waiting with Mahogany.
After maybe an hour and a half, as you guys are taking a break from sparring for a minute, you notice Ronath speaking with a group of people who are, you see they have cipher colors. Pretty well dressed. You can tell that they're not adventurers swept in off the plains. These are guys who were in Sigil most of the time, probably doing official faction business. And you're seeing it from across the room, so you can't exactly see what's said. But all of them, Ronath points you all out, and they look in your direction for a moment. Then they kind of speak amongst themselves. And then the group of them, minus Ronath, comes up the stairs and disappears through these double doors up to the second floor.
Okay, that was weird. Are they getting to see? Are they getting to see? Are they getting to see Montgomery before we are? That's rude.
Mahogany will shrug. Reese will see whoever she needs to.
What's Riot's evening action?
Let me ask Liberation, or I guess ask McDohl. How much do you care about being found out as Joss Wiggum?
Not especially. No, I was. In fact, I need to. We need to find him. Make sure he's all right.
Okay, well, because Riot was going to do very much the opposite of that if you cared at all.
How much detail are you going into your plan of whatever it is?
None. If you say you don't care, Riot's not going to pursue this plan at all.
Well, I want to make sure he's okay.
Well, good luck finding him.
Once we have the mirror hung, I can also scry for him. We have the armor. I just need a Vambrace.
I left that in the barracks.
I
You
can
can
try
go
with
get
the
it.
description, and from my own memory, but it will be less reliable.
You might get liberation.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what Riot's actual evening action would be here.
Smoke.
Yeah, I'll go back to the temple. I think that's where I went right after I left the barracks.
Very
Just
good.
to take care of temple duties for the day.
Okay. You would kind of step on Yashnar's toes a little bit.
Now I'm there to help him out. This.
I'm helping.
Are you?
A little while after you guys see this group go up to the second floor of the gym, you see them come back out the doors, and then they kind of scatter. Some of them go to soak in a pool, some of them go to various areas of the gymnasium. Ciphers, of course, have precedence over everybody else in Sigil for relaxation and educational activities in the gymnasium, and they begin partaking. Do you three intend to spend the night here?
I'm gonna look at Mahogany and say, you know what? I'm about to say fuck it. I'm this close to saying fuck it, and then just and heading upstairs.
Mahogany will shrug and he'll say, "I'll go ask to see if she's. I'll go check to see if she's still in meditation," and he'll attempt to go upstairs himself.
Okay, and nobody's barring the doors.
No, yeah, Mahogany has no problem just going to check.
Okay.
I'll be following along with him.
No, Mahogany's going to check.
And 1 second, my phone's ringing. I gotta take this. Sorry, I'll be right back. Mahogany, you march upstairs.
Yeah.
Into this meditation room on the second floor.
Yeah.
And there's a long table set up in here right now. And the only person sitting at it is Reese. And she has in front of her basically a lot of paperwork. On one side you see she has several large tomes. And then directly in front of her she has what looks like just parchment, letters or correspondence. Then you enter the room and do what?
Did you get the letter?
She doesn't respond. She just watches you.
And I'll tell her what happened at the bazaar today.
As you're talking, you see she's carefully folding these letters and correspondence up. She stacks them together and ties twine around them. And then sets them on top of these books she has. When you're done explaining, she says, "I once gave our friend Serenity some sound advice. I told her to make more mistakes. She says, you need to make fewer." And then she stands up, gathers her things, and begins walking past you towards the door.
All right.
Leaving you alone in the room.
No, I go back downstairs.
Okay. Reese doesn't exchange words with anybody else in the gymnasium on her way out. But when you guys are down there, you see she emerges with this bundle of books and papers. And then swiftly leaves the gymnasium. And then Mahogany
Liberation matches pace with her,
Okay.
and he pursues her out of earshot with the rest of the gymnasium, before he speaks, and he says just one thing, and he says, "You ever do that to me again, lady, we're gonna have a problem. This is your one chance."
So where do you say this to her?
Right outside the gymnasium.
And you without your weapons or anything?
These weapons are these fists of mine.
Okay.
He's got his guns with him.
All right, roll initiative.
Should have said inside the gymnasium. No fighting in the gymnasium.
She gets to roll at advantage, doesn't she? Because she's a cipher. Is that the cipher bonus?
No.
I don't
She
remember
gets a
now.
+2.
+2? Okay. All right, what'd you get, Liberation?
23.
23.
I got the drop on her.
I don't actually have a stat block for Reese, unfortunately. But if I go back here in the tunnel, I can probably find a good approximation. I grabbed the wrong book because I'm an idiot. My books are so disorganized because they have like all these bookmarks and like post-it notes sticking out of them for various things. All right, so Liberation. What do you do on your turn?
What do I do on my turn? I move to stand in front of her, and after once I've said my piece.
So you move to stand in front of her and then talk to her, and that's it?
Yeah. Waiting for an acknowledgement.
And I grab the wrong book again. I mean, I grabbed the right book, but what I was looking for wasn't in there. So you say if you ever do something like that to me again...
We're going to have a problem.
We're going to have a problem?
Yeah. She knows what she did.
She has no idea who you are. I mean, other than
the funniest response would be for her to just do it again and make him go away.
I mean, she only knows you as Serenity and Mahogany's comrade, basically. She doesn't have any idea that you're Josh Wegden.
Oh, that's good.
Well, didn't she start poking around in my brain?
She didn't.
Before she did that? Oh.
No, one of her other ciphers did and told her that you weren't who you said you were, or who you appeared to be.
Okay.
There's a pretty big crowd outside the gymnasium, mostly ciphers, but what I need you to do is make a wisdom saving throw. And I need to calculate her spell save DC real quick. So just roll and...
I probably failed. Like, don't even bother calculating it.
How'd you do?
That's a 6.
So here's what this entire crowd of ciphers sees. They see Reese coming out carrying books, and she's always moving quickly. She's a monk, and she has horseshoes of swiftness. She sees Liberation fly out of the door and get in front of her and says, if you ever do that to me again, we're going to have problems. And then you immediately piss yourself. You become intensely afraid of Factal Reese.
Take an action, dismiss the fear effect.
Okay, but you do that on your turn.
Yeah.
And by that time, she has already what's a monk's movement? Like 120 feet? Down the
20th
road.
level monk is preposterous.
She can't,
Yeah, it's a preposterous
she can't be
amount of
20th
movement.
level because she does have sorcerer level.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But she also has horseshoes of swiftness, and so she casts fear on you, makes you piddle yourself, and then by the time you regain your composure, she is all the way down the road.
Liberation very straightens his back and very shoulders back, head upright. It just walks right back into the gymnasium with the others.
I had to do some quick on the cuff research. Was there anything on the sorcerer spell list that would dismantle the situation without actually harming him?
No, that's fine.
What do you guys do for the rest of the night?
Taking a bath.
Just wade into one of the pools. So the next major plot important thing that's going to happen in this game is you'll receive your invitation from Duke Grand Sterius. But let's go ahead. I want to wrap up anything you guys want to finish doing in Sigil before that happens.
I did want to use a nighttime action to cast Dream on Fred again.
Dream on Fred? Okay. To what end?
Fred is a dude with a lot of money and at least maybe partially an interest in seeing the spell happen.
And you described to him the spell that you want to create?
Well, I mean, he already knows because he was the person I went to with it the first time.
Right.
So I said, I've been looking into it, and it seems like this is going to be a pricey undertaking.
Fred has all full confidence that a woman of your resourcefulness will have no difficulty putting it together. He has overcome worse challenges in his day.
Yeah. Anything you care to kick in?
Absolutely nothing, not a dime.
Okay.
But he wants you to keep in touch, let him know how it goes.
All right.
The only thing Nath is going to do is stock up on spell components in the bazaar.
Okay.
In particular, I'm getting a little low on non-detection, and then go to have Riot pick a nice quiet room, cast Mordecai's Private Sanctum, and gather everyone around and try scrying on this discarded box that the chocolates were in.
Okay. I have to actually research the wording of scrying here. Mahogany. Soldiers never come and seize your shop. That actually does not happen. The official words throughout the Harmonium is that Mahogany was brought in for questioning. It was found to their satisfaction that he had no hand in causing any violence or destruction in the bazaar, that he was only there conducting business, and any magic that he used in the situation was only in self-defense, that he was released. And that's the end of it. That's their official story.
Yep.
The situation in the bazaar, it's just as tense as it was, only the other direction. Now the Harmonium are in control. The in-depths throughout the city, word gets around that apparently Briatome is in custody, and that's causing all kinds of problems throughout their non-faction. So let's see. You can see in here a particular creature you choose that's on the same plane of existence as you. So make a saving throw.
We have a possession or garment.
I've got a possession, but I just have a description, so it's going to be a +1.
Yeah, +1.
And my spell save DC is 18.
I got good news and bad news. The good news is failed the save, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is you have no idea what to make of the information you get. You're used to casting this spell and then getting like a vision of like a person like doing something or speaking to someone, or in this case you're like, oh, maybe we'll get like a vision of him packing up this box or what he's doing right now.
Well, no, scrying makes a little sensor where the target currently is, and it appears on the mirror.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy. You have no idea what you're looking at. It's just pure chaos. It's like you're looking into the
Does it look like Limbo? I know Limbo pretty well.
sort of, but it can't be because limbo's
Yeah.
it's not on this plane of existence. You can't possibly.
If I didn't know the
limbo.
limitations of the spell any better, I would say we're looking at limbo.
You think he's doing the thing you did with the?
No, the spell would fail and the sensor would wink out.
Oh, okay.
There's not a. It could be an illusion. I don't have any way to pierce those with this, but this is definitely not warded in any way I know of. I mean, there might be more creative spells for warding, but this is definitely none of the standard ways to do it.
Right, make a wisdom check at advantage.
Well,
This just raises further questions.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, the spell's not malfunctioning. You sense that your sensor is in place. You're watching the mirror. It's just it's like you're watching footage of a room on a cable channel you don't get. That's kind of what you're seeing. You can't tell if the shapes moving in the room are people or just shadows or what. It's like it's very staticky and warped. And
If we watch for the full 10 minutes, can we tell if the target or moves at all, or the frame moves, or is it just too garbled to figure out?
it stays garbled the whole time.
Sorry, Riot. That was all I could do for you. Do we still? So we don't have anything of Joss's armor left. We don't have any possessions of his. I only have secondhand knowledge. It's not particularly likely to find him like that.
who cares about Joss?
I do. I mean, because I got that armor from him from very weird circumstances. And
Should I try?
yeah, I mean, we got nothing else to go on.
All right, he gets a +5 on this.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that fails.
You said DC 18, right?
Yeah.
And you see the image of Joss in his skivvies, hogtied, with a gag tight across his face, in a dark, sweaty pit somewhere in Sigil.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to deal with that.
I asked him a couple days ago where he was, offering to help, and all he said was identify yourself.
Now that I've seen him, I could do a to him. I could give him my full name and rank. Let me see if I have any other way to.
What was it? Liberation was that?
And you didn't do that?
I was out of spells for the day.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to look at a spell description. Is there anything distinct in the scrying sensors? Anything that looks like unusual or unique in this location?
Make an intelligence investigation check.
Okay.
Is this his wheelhouse?
I should hope so.
Would be at
He's a
plus
bodyguard.
10.
Very nice. You say he's new. You say he's new.
11.
11?
Nice.
You would have to narrow it down to... Your best guess would be somewhere in the ladies' ward. And the reason you think that is because if you're looking at a basement, the fact that you're seeing stonework and not just a pit cut into like the sigil stuff or just boarded up with wooden planks or something, the fact that there's actual masonry here lets you know that this is a more upscale area of town.
All right, so here's my idea.
Shoot.
I could try and locate Joss Wilton's skivvies with locate object and then move across the ladies' ward.
That sounds boring.
Well, then you don't have to come.
I won't.
I'm going to tell this story later. You got to use locate object on somebody's underwear.
I've seen them now.
You certainly have.
Mahogany, do you want to come along?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Liberation.
What?
Remember, there was something I meant to talk to you about. How much money do you have?
I want to know why you want to ask me that question.
Well, I was thinking about, the things I helped you with, the little Johnson City Brass now and then.
Yeah?
And I think I might have a way to really do some damage out there. And I'm researching a spell, but it's going to cost a lot of money.
I don't have a whole lot on me.
Sure, but every now and then you can, make donations to the cause and so forth.
Have you actually explained what your spell is, what you're planning to do with it, what you're playing with the spell? Have you explained that to Liberation at all?
She's doing that now, basically.
Yeah, you put that in the context of fucking around the City of Brass. Yes, you don't have to twist his arm very much.
You put in enough. If you help me out enough with this, might even name. Yeah, that's a good name for a spell. Liberation.
You didn't have to sweeten the deal by naming it after me. But I appreciate it all the same. 200 plat from my storage.
Oh, wow. It's very generous of you.
So, Nath, are you casting Locate Object once, or are you going to cast it repeatedly as you wander around?
Does anyone have a map of the Ladies' Ward?
I mean, the buildings are changing and the streets shift around, and maps are outdated pretty quickly.
Okay. Can we get one at the Hall of Records? I'll ask Mahogany.
I mean, if Mahogany's going with you, he could probably just act as a guide. He's lived in Sigil his whole life, practically.
Well, I mean, Nath just wants to mentally divide the area up 2,000-foot squares and make the most efficient path through it. But yeah, he'll cast multiple Locate Objects. It's not a high-level spell.
Go ahead and make
if he needs to.
a intelligence investigation check. Make this at advantage, because you've got the spell and you're going out of your way to be meticulous and use a map and all the stuff.
That'd be a 29.
Wow.
You find a very small, kind of out-of-the-way pub down an alleyway behind another alleyway. And the front door has a heavy wooden board on the outside of it, keeping it closed, which is kind of suspicious. But your spell starts pinging the basement of this store.
I'll indicate that to Liberation Mahogany, cast Alter Self to make myself look like that same human in depth, and we'll go down in.
Okay. When you pull the bar off from the door, a piece of parchment drops to the ground that was wedged in between the bar and the door.
Pick it up. What's it say?
And it's addressed to Liberation. And it
Liberation
says...
takes out a deep breath.
And it says to dispose of the armor when you're done with it. It's of no value to anybody else. And that's it.
I'll indicate the direction the spell was giving me.
You guys go in the building, and it was a pub at one point, but it hasn't been operational for several years. In the back is a storeroom that still has some cracked and open casks in it. And in that storeroom is a trap door leading down into a cellar area. Mm-hmm. And when you open the door to the cellar, you start hearing very kind of excited grunts from the side of the room as the hog-tied man in the corner is making noises.
Go down, cut him loose, pull the gag out and say, Joss Wegman, I presume?
And as soon as you pull the gag out of his mouth, he says, I am. I beg of you a drop of water.
Got a water skin. Pass it to him.
He drinks deeply of it, and he showers you with gratitude for rescuing him. And he asks for, with all haste, an escort to the city barracks.
We're probably not the best to be doing that.
I'll go with you.
Okay, so you bring Wegman back to the barracks?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll try and talk him up along the way and try and figure out exactly where he lies on the hardhead scale of lawfulness versus goodness versus just being a thug. I'll pretend that I'm in-depth, but I've been considering joining the hardheads recently because they're making life tough on it, so why not join the biggest gang in town, now that the town is run by the hardheads.
Is it Wegham or Wegman?
Wegman.
Wagon.
Keep going back and forth.
WGMAN.
Okay.
That's the name you gave me.
Well, it's possible. Good old Joss. His basic outlook, I mean, and keep in mind that he's been stationed in Arcadia for many, many years.
Yep.
He sees that chaos is the source of all violence and all evil. When things are ordered and structured, when everybody knows their place, when everybody works towards a common goal, he says that's when the universe is at most harmony. And those areas of the multiverse that achieve those ideals are the best places to be. Mount Celestia, Mechanus, Arcadia, even Elysium in its own way. So that's his take on it. Unfortunately, a lot of the agents of chaos don't understand reason or logic, don't know what's best for them, and they insist on trying to swim against the current, and in those cases, you gotta thump some heads. Force is the only thing a lot of these people understand.
Okay, and I'll thank him for the information and wish him well when I reach the barracks.
What name do you give him? Because he's certainly going to put in a good word for you if you're looking to join up.
I need to get a fake name for this in-depth persona I'm using. Give me a second.
Are you sure you're not an
Is there a
anarchist?
website for this sort of thing?
I don't know of one.
I know. Ooh, pick me. I'm raising my hand right now.
McDohl?
It's fantasynamegenerators.com.
It's a good site. So, the last thing that happens before you guys will get your invitation from Duke's Grand Sterius and we go to our break is Riot.
Mm-hmm.
You receive another gift from your mysterious benefactor, and it's large and it's wrapped in brown paper. And when you open it, it's a beautiful piece of artwork framed in this very exquisite looking wooden frame. And the picture is... Hold on, I got this written down here. Oh, no, I don't, because I looked up another spell after that. The picture is of, like, a small, kind of dingy room. And there's not much in the room. Table, vase with some dead flowers in it. Cracked mirror on one wall. But in the top corner of the room... And part of this painting is... I'm waiting for my phone to catch up with me. I'm pausing for effect. A luminous orb about the size of your fists. Just hanging in midair up in the corner of the room.
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute.
And it comes with a handwritten note, and the handwriting is immaculate. I mean, it's just absolutely exquisite writing, and it simply says...
I do remember who this is.
Great.
I captured this moment in time before it vanished forever, and it's signed K.
Yeah, okay, sorry, Nick, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, no. I love this so much.
I do too.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a 15-minute break. We're actually taking it on time this week. I'm very proud of myself.
Hooray!
Yeah.